Components of palpation in respiratory system will include palpation of the trachea, palpation of the apex beat, palpation for chest expansion, tactile vocal fremitus, and measurements. Palpation of the trachea is important in the examination of respiratory system beyond inspection because palpation only confirms if the trachea is in midline or otherwise. With reference to palpation of the apex beat in respiratory system, the objective is to only see whether the apex is displaced or not. Unlike in cardiovascular system, where you may be interested to study the character of the apical impulse. Next will be the chest expansion. Again, you can see the videos under the playlist respiratory system on methods to assess the chest expansion in the anterior aspect, superior aspect, and posterior aspect. Tactile vocal fremitus, a method in which the patient is asked to tell 1, 1 or 99 repeatedly and steadily, and the examiner assesses the conduction of these sound to the chest wall. So it is assessed in 8 locations, which are supraclavicular, infraclavicular, mammary, axillary, infraaxillary, suprascapular, interscapular, and infrascapular. Last will be the measurements, which may not be very much important, honestly telling, where you will measure the antero-posterior diameter and the transverse diameter, which gives you the confirmation of the shape of the chest. And you also measure the chest expansion of the entire thorax and the right or the left hemithorax. Again, as I told you, inspection is a more preferable method by which you can assess percussion of the respiratory system is basically to appreciate the how well the lung is resonating. So you will percuss by standard techniques in the same 8 areas of the lung and comment whether it is resonant or if it is less than resonant when we call it as impaired, or when it is dull when it is too much impaired, or we call it stony dull when dullness is associated with pain of the percussing finger. In some instances, you may also test things like tidal percussion when there is stony dullness in the right lower part of the lung, or drop space percussion when there is stony dullness in the left lower part of the lung, especially the anterior part of the lung. Auscultation will concentrate on the adequacy of breath sounds. So you will ask the patient to open the mouth and breathe in and breathe out and see if the inspiratory phase and the expiratory phase is clearly appreciable in all the 8 areas. In addition, you will also assess if there is any bronchial breath sounds which have an inspiratory phase, a pause followed by an expiratory phase which is prolonged. At an undergraduate level, it is enough if you tell it is just bronchial breath sound. But if you can at least differentiate cavernous breath sounds, which are harsh breath sounds heard in cavity, against tubular breath sounds, which are softer and are heard over consolidation and fibrosis. Amphoric breath sound is relatively rare and it is heard over a thin wall cavity or a bronchopleural fistula. Crackles, wheeze, and rub are the added sounds you will be looking for when you auscultate the lung. And crackle should be again interpreted as early inspiratory, late inspiratory, or expiratory. And again, whether the crackles are coarse crackles or fine crackles. Wheeze can be inspiratory or expiratory. Again, vocal resonance, a method which is very similar to tactile vocal fremitus, but only that you will hear the sound spoken by the patient rather than your hand. Again, it should be checked in all 8 areas, and occasionally you may require to check if there is post-tussive suction, especially when you suspect cavity, wherein you ask the patient to cough out and then continue to escalate at that point. So, if a large cavity, collapsible cavity, is in communication with the bronchus, you can see a suction like sound which will occur when the air gushes into the cavity. And succussion splash, very similar to what you appreciate in gastric outlet obstruction, can be appreciated when there is hydropneumothorax.